Hi everyone, I'm Joseph from Namsa University. Welcome back to my online class of Business Industry Trend and Management. This time is uh, third week classes, so please uh, focus on these 3 weeks classes because we are going to run about this. The first is the type of trend. The Last time we have studied about the definition of trend and trend versus fad. Also, this time we will learn about the time of trend, especially the social trend and culture trend and technology trend and economy and consumer trend. There are so many type of trends, but we are concentrating on this social, cultural, and technological, and economic and consumer trends. And next, we are going to run about the market and consumer trend. Consumer trends and market trend is very similar, but market trend is a bigger concept. So we are going to run about and we are take a look at closer the market and consumer trend by reading the article about this. And next, the third time we will learn about the K beauty, about the history of K beauty. Continuing the last class. Okay. We are going to run about these content. The first is the type of trend, and second is the market and consumer trend, and last is history of K beauty. Okay, let's get started. The first is the type of trend. There is so many uh, type of trend. What do you think about the trend? Trend, we have studied about the trend. Trend is uh, a bigger direction and large direction uh, through the challenging the consumer behavior. So we take a look at the type of trend. The first trend is the uh, first we take a look at the time of trend. The trends are directional shift. This is the definition of trend. Trends are directional shift in society and technology or the economy that indicate how behaviors, preference, and markets are evolving over time, especially the consumer behavior and consumer preference and the market and evolving over time. So understanding these five major categories is essential for identifying patterns that shape industries, human daily life, and global market. So uh, we are studying about the social trend and culture trend and technological trend and economic trend and social trend. So please remember about these trends are a directional shift and a large direction for the uh, evolving evolving to evolving to the consumer behavior, consumer preference. Okay, let's move to the next slide. The first is a social trend. The social trend. The first is social trend. A social trend is a long-term shift in the attitude and behavior and values and norms of populations. Unlike short-lived fad or short-term fad, last time we have studied about the difference between a difference, trends and fad. So unlike the short-lived fad, these shift develop gradually. Gradually is very important and often driven by economic change and technology or a demographic shift and fundamentally alter how we live and how we work and how we interact. Social trend. Social trend can be categorized. Social trend can be categorized by the specific areas of society they impact. So please remember, social trend can be categorized by the specific area of the impact. So uh, the four categories about the social trend. The first is cultural and demographic shift. Broad changes in how people live their lives, such as a declining marriage rate and the rise of remote work or a aging population in growing aging populations it's a cultural and a demographic shift. So social trend is a bigger concept to this culture consumer trend. And second is consumer and lifestyle behavior. The long-term changes in purchase habit, like the shift toward eco-friendly products, a minimalist living, or a plant-based diet. And third is the technological and digital adoption. Social changes driven by tech, such as the ubiquitous use of smartphones, the integration of artificial intelligence in their life, or the demand for on-demand service. So technological and digital adoption also is also is in the social trend and social media trend, uh, especially prevailing themes, conversations, and algorithmic behaviors on platforms. For example, TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube that influence digital communication and public attention. So social trend is the biggest concept in the category of the trend. So this is social trend, and social trend is a long-term shift in attitude, behavior, value, and norms of population. So please remember about the social trend, and social trend has four categories and cultural, demographic shift, and consumer and lifestyle behavior, and technological and digital adoption, and lastly social media trend. Next, we are going to run about the cultural trend. Cultural trend, as we before studied, is involved in the social trend. Okay, a cultural trend is worldwide changes in the value, belief, attitude, and behavior of a society shaped by economy, a shift, technology, and corrective experiences. This trend dictated what people uh, prior, prioritize, prioritize and how they live, influencing everything from daily habit and fashion to social movement and social choices. So understanding cultural trends allow us to see how society is evolving. Here are a few key areas to consider. So cultural trend uh, is a priority. The priority which the people which the people think about in these days. So here are a few key areas to consider the cultural trend. What drives the cultural trend? Trends do not appear out of nowhere. They are usually reaction to broader society for social forces. The primary uh, catalysts included it is a four thing. The first is technology and AI, and the way we communicate and work and consume media shift dramatically with new technology. So in these days, the AI, uh, especially the ChatGPT and the Claude and Gemini, is changing the consumer life and the human life dramatically. So uh, the what driven culture trend is the technologically growth, especially the AI technology. And second is economic condition. Economy instability often leads to shift in spending, such as the rise of the small trade economy or hyper budgeting. So economic condition is also very important part of the culture trend. And a generational shift. Each new generation brings different priority, from valuing digital uh, nomadism to prioritizing authenticity and sustainability in their purchase. So a generational shift is also very important. And lastly, global event shared a crisis or cultural milestone reshape our collective psychology and daily routine. So especially the U.S. and Iran's war and Russia and Ukraine the war, especially the war break the especially the war make uh, economic crisis, especially the uh, increases of the oil prices and reduces oil produce. And so this global event is also make a cultural trend. So a cultural trend is a widespread changes in value shift, attitude, and behaviors of a society. So it makes it from the technology and economic condition and the global events. Especially, we are taking a look at the example of current culture trend. In recent years, the intersection of technology and global un- uncertainty has shaped distant social behaviors. The first is a craving for authenticity, due to the rise of AI and amidst information, there is a strong cultural movement toward the real. So many people uh, the think about this. This is real and this is a false and this is fake. So and so there is a strong cultural movement towards real and unfiltered human experiences rather than highly polished content. So the first is the craving for authenticity, and second is hyper personalization and micro communities. Rather than one unified mainstream culture, a global audience are uh, fragmenting into niche interest-based micro communities. For example, a global interest in localized media like K dramas or specialized interest apps. So hyper personalization and micro communities is important example of current culture trend. And third is self optimization and control. When the outside world feels chaotic, people tend to obsess over personal agency. So manifesting and blooming trends around personal health, tracking, nutrition, health, and wellness. So next is why cultural trends matter. This is importance of a cultural trend. Cultural trends are highly relevant to business and marketers and policymakers. Organizations track this cultural movement using tools like Alpha Driver or by analyzing industry insight from publications like Pubs to ensure their products, uh, messaging, and service align with the current social mood. So, cultural trend is very important because of it. It's a very it's highly relevant to business and marketers and policymakers. So we have to understand and we have to know about the cultural trend. And next is the technology or a technological trend. Uh, as you see, the technology trend about uh, 20, 2026 is the first is cloud service with AI. So in these days, the AI is the most important thing uh, in every categories and in every industry. So cloud services with AI is the most important technology trend, and service as a product and agentic AI and AI process automation and sustainable technology and quantum computing and post quantum cryptography and AI powered physical robots. So physical AI is also a very important thing in these days. So tech these technical trends is very important. And this over overarching technological trend is the transition of artificial intelligence from conversational tool to autonomous agentic system and physical AI, and alongside significant infrastructure scaling and biotechnical convergence. The technology landscape is currently shaped by five key focal points. This is the five key points. The first is agentic AI and multimodal models. So in this technological trend, especially AI is shifting from generating text to taking independent action. Agent AI system can plan and execute a multi-step task and make operational decisions across workflows. And second is physical AI and robotics. AI is merging with physical hardware to power a humanoid robot and drones, enabling merchants to navigate unstructured environmental and adapt to real-world physical tasks. And next is the AI infrastructure and edge computing. A surging computational demand is stretching global infrastructure, forcing a dual track approaches, massive, power hungry, centralized data centers, and decentralized low power processing on edge devices. So AI infrastructure is very important in these days because AI, the technology is uh, is highly grows fast, and so the AI needs a lot of the electronics. So in this AI infrastructure and edge computing is very important in these days. And fourth is biotechnology and computational of biology. The com- the conversions of sensors and AI and biotechnology is uh, revolutionizing the healthcare and driving trends like AI, directed drug delivery, discovery, and hyper personalized treatment and programming and biology. So the AI technology is very uh, relevant to the uh, medicine and the healthcare. So biotechnology and computational biology is also very important. And lastly, the spatial computing and interfaces advancement in augmented and virtual reality, and alongside brain computer interfaces are creating new human machine interaction models that move beyond treasures on flat screens. Okay, next time we will learn about the economic trend, and lastly the consumer trend and the market trend. Okay, this time, okay, this time we have studied about technology trend and cultural trend and social trend and the type of trend, especially the trends are directional shift in society, technology, or the economy that indicate how a behavior, preference, and markets are evolving over time. So please remember about the definition of trend and the type of trend, especially the social trend and cultural trend and technological trends. Okay, as you see, the technology and culture and social trend is very related to closely. So social trend, and cultural trend, and technology trend is a very similar, but the type of trend is very important to understanding about the trend, and the trend is a basic resource to planning the uh, business strategy to make a business strategy. So please remember about this. Okay, this time is over, and next time we will study about the economic trend and consumer trend, and we will read about the article about the uh, market trends. Okay, so this is end of this classes. So if you have any questions about my lecture and over my class this lecture materials, please let me know about your questions, and so I will reply as soon as possible about this. And this time is this class is online class, so we can't meet uh, we can't meet each other face to face, but this online tool we can have these classes, and we can have a uh, very close relationship here. So if you have any questions, and if you have any about the questions about K-beauty, and especially in Korea, or if we want to have if we want to study more in Korea, so please let me know about it so I can help you. So okay, this time is over, so very thank you for attending this time. Okay, see you next classes. Bye.